Today, Kimberly and I decided that we were going to do our goat checks. It's been early July since we last did that. So we did that today. We also separated the goats into their breeding groups. Three of them went in with this buck here. This is our Einar buck. We also have another buck on the other side, Jarl, who some of the does also went to. Right now we have the does penned up here, waiting to go into the service chute for their checkup. So this is one of our wethers coming up into the service chute. This is 9. 9 is one of our herd wethers. What that means is castrated male. We use him for basically companionship. So if we have to separate a goat, 9 is one of the 2 that we have that will go in to be a companion. So this is basically the entry into the goat chute. We will usually have one in the actual service area of the chute itself, and then we'll have one waiting to go into the service area of the chute. So when they come into the service chute, they come into an integrated set of scales so that we can get a current weight on them. Weight on a goat is really important. It's one of the main indicators of their health. So after we get them up into the goat chute, the next step is to get their head chalked. The head chalk allows us to kind of secure the goat, so to protect us as well as the goat. So a little bit of cookie is like goat crack, usually helps us to get them into that head chalk pretty easily. So we grab them by the horn, bring them through a little bit, close up the gate, protects us as well as the goat from hurting themselves. So once we have them secured, then we can begin kind of the physical on them. So what I'm doing here is I'm doing what's called a FOMACHA check. What the FOMACHA check is, basically looks at the color of the interior of their eyelid, so that gives us an indication of the potential for anemia or worms or illness in the goat.
Give them a 3.
Here Kimberly starts doing kind of just feeling the goat all over, looking for lumps, bumps, things that just don't look normal, don't look out of the ordinary. Kind of doing an anal check there. Now we go into.
I'm not doing this with you, man.
We go into looking at the hoof quality. So here she's trimming the hoofs.
His feet look much better than Chewy's.
Huh?
His feet look better than Chewy's.
Ideally, what you want is a goat that doesn't require a whole lot of maintenance. 9 is not a purebred goat. 9 is a cross between a cashmere and a Kiko goat. So the more that I can keep them comfortable,
What's happening, man?
see me
Miner's coming.
kind of petting 9 to kind of keep him calm. The more you can keep him calm, the less apt he is to kick Kimberly while she does the hoof clipping. 9's one of our favorite goats. He's got a very, very good disposition, and he's not overly aggressive like our other boar is. The other boar is the one that's poking his head down there in the corner of the screen. That's Chewy. He's kind of got a little bit more of an aggressive temperament or disposition to him. 9, this one does not. If you're curious, his name's 9 because that's his ear tag number. Again, not only holding their head up, does that help kind of calm them and limit their kicking. But giving him an occasional cookie also kind of keeps him calmed down. And this particular goat likes to have his forehead rubbed.
Just sit there and get your lovin's.
Yeah, how much? 10 pounds is
Yep.
So from July to early July to this check when we're doing this, he had gained a little over 10 pounds from check to check. So it's pretty good. This goat here is about just shy of about 9 months old. This is a chemical that Kimberly puts on their hooves to prevent hoof rot. Just sprays it between the toes. Not that we have a problem because we got well-draining soil, but we just do that as a preventative. Now we open up the head gate, and this gentleman is out on his own. Then it's on to the next one. So this is Stormy. Stormy just recently, about 6 weeks ago, weaned off 2 kids, a buck and a doe, and she is just one of our favorite does in our entire herd. So first things first, we take the weight on them, 107 pounds. So she's still gaining weight, even since.
We need a whole herd of you.
She's still gaining weight, even not only during the time that she was weaning, but since the time that the kids were weaned off of her.
We need a whole herd of you.
I could not have done that.
Yeah, she gained 4 pounds since we last weighed her, which was while she was still nursing off 2 kids.
Yeah.
This one that Rick Edward is loading up. This is Fancy coming up into the chute. Fancy is currently confirmed pregnant. She will be delivering late November, early December time frame. So now you've kind of seen how the goats are worked in the chute. So I'm just pulling out here to show you kind of how they work, how they look in the chute. This is Stormy. You just saw her in the head gate. She's just waiting for Kimberly to finish up with her. Then we'll release her out of the head gate. She'll go back into the main pasture. In the number 2 position behind Stormy is Fancy. Fancy again is the currently pregnant doe. And then you got Sassa. Sassa is our 1-year-old MRG great-granddaughter, MRG outlaw great-granddaughter. She's not being bred this season. She will be bred in June of 2020. We've got a rowdy daughter, that is Sigrid. She is again not being bred this year. None of these are all the younger does that are not being bred this year. And then we come back to Mr. Einar. Einar is just happy that he's going to finally be able to be with some of the ladies. He's now been with his buddy Jarl on the other side of the barn in the buck pasture for the better part of 9 months. Thanks for watching this video on some of the meat goat management practices that we utilize here at LaLa Farm down at Glen St. Mary, Florida. We hope that you've enjoyed the video, maybe learned something. If you've got any questions whatsoever, don't hesitate to give us a call at LaLa Farm. We love talking goats. You can visit us on the web, on Facebook, at LaLa Farm FL, or on the web. Our URL is www.thelalafarm.com. Thanks.